shit. Wait for some people to get in the room. Hey, Money Low, what's going on with you? Man, trying to get to another interview. All right, let's get into it. Cheeky Rick Chow is a South Carolina convenience store owner who was acquitted on murder charges on June 1st for the fatal shooting of 14-year-old Cyrus Belton. The fatal incident, then he had three other encounters with black folk down in South Carolina. In May 2023, when Chow chased a teenager for over 100, yeah, okay, so wait. So let me stop. This occurred in 2023. He just went to trial and was acquitted. When Chow chased a teenager for over 100 yards, suspecting him of shoplifting a water bottle, which he didn't steal, the state prosecuted Chow on murder charges, arguing the pursuit was unlawful. Child's defense maintained that he acted in self defense, claiming the teen had a gun and pointed it at Child's adult son during the pursuit. The boy did have a gun, but he did not take it out of his pants pocket. Following the jury's non guilty verdict, the community backlash and protests erupted in Columbia, South Carolina area while Child was released from jail. The Carmick Belton family indicated they intend to pursue a civil lawsuit. So this has sparked so many protests around the country against Asians. And I know in LA, there's been problem with Asians. I remember, shoot, in the '90s when, or was that in the '80s when that I agree, Money Low. Remember in LA when that Chinese lady she shot that girl at that store. So it's been incidents around the country with Asians and black folk, and we support their businesses, make them rich. Every immigrant that's in our communities, they're rich. From the Arabs in Detroit. Look, I just retired from my main job, but I still do Amazon. And when I go into these Arab communities, they live good. I said, wow, this is all on the black dollar. They send their kids to college through that. They live in mansions. Let me tell you, they live damn good in Michigan, okay? Scotty's supposed to be asleep. Me too. I ain't got to get up in the morning no more. I get up when I feel like it. So now I come on when I feel like it. So now there's a boycott of these Asian. Hey, Hatun. So now it's a boycott around the country against these Asian businesses. And I don't know how you feel about it, but most of them is the Vietnamese that do our hair, our nails and feet. We go to the Korean hair stores to buy hair. We go to the Chinese restaurants to eat their food. We don't, that's what we have in the Detroit area as far as Asian businesses is hair, nails, I mean, in restaurants. We don't have. They don't really. The Arabics and Chaldean own the stores in the community, basically. And in between there's some black businesses in between here and there. But so now, I'm sorry, it's a boycott of these businesses after this verdict. The jury returned a verdict of Chow, who's 61, who is Asian. He shot Cyrus in the back after chasing him from the convenience store, but maintained he acted in self-defense. After the verdict was read, sobs and cries of distress could be heard coming from the Carmet Belton's family seated in the gallery, but now they're going to sue him in civil court where they'll get some money. Child sat silently frozen before slowly bowing his head unto the interlocked hands. Prosecutors and a defense lawyer, and he had a black lawyer, and the black lawyer is facing backlash, but he have a right to defend his client. Thank you, Money Low. Yes, hit that like button. He had a right to defend his client, and he did a damn good job because he got the man acquitted. So, I mean, on that instance, but he's facing backlash for defending the Asian man. Prosecutors and defense lawyer in the closing arguments painted a different picture. Prosecutors said Chow acted in anger because he wrongly thought the teen had stolen 4 bottles of water from the store. A defense lawyer said Chow fired to defend his son only after the teen pointed a gun at him. This case is not about a shoplifter. This case is about a father who sees a gun pointed at his son and had to make a decision. Prosecutors acknowledged Carmack had a semi automatic pistol, but they say it fell on the ground during the chase and he never threatened anyone with it. Now, that's the point right there. He never pulled that gun out and pointed it at anyone. Prosecutors said Child chased the team more than 130 yards from the store. During closing arguments, Gibson placed a bottle of water before the jurors. Gibson said Chow, at the end of the day, believed that a human is not more than that. Gibson said multiple witnesses testified that they didn't see anything in Carmen's hands and didn't see him point a gun. He didn't. Nobody testified that happened that doesn't have the last name Chow. The fatal shooting prompted visuals and protests outside the store. Empty water bottles were arranged to spell out Cyrus. I don't know how y'all feel about it. I mean, are we really, they just gonna protest and boycott Asian stores in South Carolina, or are we as a black community is not gonna support them with our black dollar? Now I know in Detroit ain't nobody gonna stop going to them Korean Chinese stores to buy no damn hair. That just ain't gonna happen. So we ain't protesting shit up here. I'm just saying. What y'all gonna do? Let's get into these videos. Shit. I think we should protest and keep our black dollar within the black community and support black businesses. Now, that's what I think. But are we going to do that as a community? Fuck no, I don't see it. This is in South Carolina. Remember what we out here for.
ghetto so-called Black Americans are searching for a reason to start looting again. Yeah, that's their actual mission. Don't let them fool you. Do not let them fool you. See, this is a fake outrage from these ghetto Black Americans. It's fake. They care nothing about this 14-year-old boy being unalived. They could care less. But they'll use this situation to justify their anger, to start stealing, basically. Yeah. They don't care about so-called Black people. They could care less about them. Every day, a so-called Black American is unalived by another so-called Black American in the ghetto or in some Black neighborhood.
Now that part is true.
Guess what? No outrage from this community. Ghetto Black Americans could care less about Black people, but they'll use whatever situation to justify their anger and outrage to start stealing again. You watch.
What y'all think about what he just said? And I don't think that's true. Personally, I think that there is outrage about that. Not all of us are going to use this situation to burn and loot. However, I do think they did burn down that man's store, which I'm okay with that. But well, no, I don't support that YouTube. No, I take that back. But anyway, allegedly. Now there's some of us who will use that to loot. But for the majority, hey Thomas, how you doing? But for the majority, no. I think that there is definitely black outrage from that.
Hey man, say man, first nigga in America to blow the police down and the folks don't do shit. These folks think that first about shit. The nigga stood there. I whoop, wah, wah. The nigga said, oh, I hope they come for me. Yeah, they ain't supposed to be your ass. Now they out here being wrong players trying to goddamn ticket all people. They out here harassing our folks. Blow their ass down. Look at them. Look at them riding 2D right now. Finna catch their ass again up the block. Hey, fuck them niggas in the store. Hey, they just acquitted that Asian man who shot the young boy who claimed he was trying to steal some water bottles out of his shit. So fuck these niggas. Take all that shit. Damn, fuck the police. Hey, man, these folks in this city real life. Yeah. Am I lying? I'm not sure. Am I lying, man? Did I like the blue police down? Oh, shit. Did I like the blue police down? What I do? I come straight across the street like, yeah, man, that man tripping. He's standing like that. Blew his stupid ass down. Hold on. Hey man, say man.
Let me get to that part of what he showed.
Hey man, these folks in the city real life, man. Am I lying? I'm not screwed up. Am I lying, man? Did I like the blue police down? Oh shit. Did I like the blue police?
He said, "Oh shit."
What I do? I come straight across the street like, yeah, man, that man tripping. He's standing like that. Blew his stupid ass down. Hold on. Blew his ass down. Hey man, say man. First nigga.
And the fact that you made a video to say what you did to the police. Unfucking believable. You know the FBI and the police watch these videos. They watch you. They watch YouTube. This is unreal. Just because you got a mask on don't mean they got technology to know who you are. Now you going to jail. Lord have mercy. These YNs, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. This is Jason Whitlock. I like Jason Whitlock. I do. I like his commentary on sports.
And the 23-year-old son followed him out of the store. 14-year-old boy starts running. Rick Chow and the son start running after the boy. Now, this is where things get dicey. They chase this kid for like 100 yards because they think he stole some kind of bottle of water or some sort of drink. In court, it's being argued that it was a bottle of water that was worth $1. Well, as we come to find out through the investigation, the kid stole nothing.
Right.
They were wrong. He hadn't shoplifted anything. And they were chasing him under the false pretense that he stole a bottle of water. At some point, the kid trips and falls down. The prosecutor in the case argued in closing arguments, this is based on my understanding what I read this morning, that the gun the kid was carrying in his hoodie fell to the ground when the kid tripped and fell. And the kid picked up the gun at some point, and Rick Chow says, and the son say, that the kid pointed the gun at Rick Chow's son, and Rick Chow shot.
And that was a lie. I don't believe the boy did that. I don't believe the boy did that.
Kid dies. There's some mitigating circumstances here that Rick Chow, according to an eyewitness, some young woman that was in school, I think, to be an EMT or whatever, tries to do chest compressions and save the child. Rick Chow drops to his knees and does mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on the 14-year-old child. And the witness says she was so amazed because he was engulfing the kid's vomit and spitting it out as he's doing mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on the kid.
Damn, I never heard that
And
point. This is the first time I'm hearing this. Wow, is all I can say.
Chow shot the kid, and I think he like stood over top of it. He didn't shoot the kid from a distance. The kid ran 130 yards. That's 30 yards longer than a football field, just so you have in your mind the length that this kid had run and the length that Rick Chow and his son chased after this boy. More than a football field. The dispute is about whether did the kid point the gun at Rick Chow's son? Because that's Rick Chow's argument. Gun was pointed at my son. I shot and killed the kid. There isn't eyewitness reports backing up this. There's Rick Chow's son. Rick Chow never took the stand during his trial. His 23-year-old son did take the stand and said that the kid pointed the gun at him. There's no other corroborating witnesses to say that. And so here's what I find really, really fascinating about this case is that according to the reports that I can see, although it's not crystal clear, but the reports that I can see say that Rick Chow or the jury for this case was half black. Half the jurors, 12 jurors on this trial, half of them are black.
That's something else I didn't know.
They come back with a not guilty verdict after 8 hours.
Wow.
So I want you to think about this and the larger point that I'm going to make or infer from this. 14-year-old kid comes into a convenience store, behaves suspiciously, gets stopped before leaving the convenience store, says I didn't shoplift anything, walks out of the convenience store, gets followed by a grown Asian man that appears to be in his 50s, maybe early 60s, I don't know, and his 23-year-old son, and they chase him down as he runs off 130, posing no threat. He's running away from them. And yes, I know at some point, according to the prosecution, I'm not saying the defense, the prosecution is saying that he fell and the gun falls out of his hoodie. At no point in the story does he flash a gun, does he threaten anybody. This is all on camera. He's running away. And so based on what I think, I'm like, well, they gotta find this man guilty. He 14-year-old
you would
kid,
think,
okay, he behaved
you would
suspiciously
think,
in your store
you would
and
think,
may have stolen a.
but they chased him that far. That's like overkill, right? They chased him that far.
Bottle of water, but he's running away from you, posing no threat. A bottle of water, shoplifting, and you don't. That's them on. I'm playing the video now. That's them following him out as he walks out, and then he starts running. And yes, it does create the impression of like, oh, he must have stolen something. And
right.
So I'm going to chase after him. These convenience stores, I get it why it's frustrating. I've said and have previously, like, my father owned a bar, several bars in the inner city, in the black community. You deal with the problems that go along with the inner city, the problems that go along with unfathered kids, the slickness, the dangers of the inner city. And I can see Rick Chow being on edge. But chasing after a young kid because you think he may have shoplifted, is the juice really worth the squeeze? And
see that
you're
part.
carrying a gun
that
while
part.
chasing after him. And look, that may just be, hey, I'm carrying a gun inside my store because my store is dangerous. I get it. But then you start chasing after a young child while carrying a gun. And look, maybe you can sit there and argue, hey, it's wise. This kid happened to be carrying a gun. A 9mm semi-automatic, I think is what they're saying. But if I'm on that jury, it's hard for me to go not guilty. Now, it's been explained to me like that. Let me find this. Do I have this tweet? Did we put this tweet in the rundown? I sent you all that. There's a tweet. Someone from South Carolina tweeted.
To me, that's overkill. Over 99.
Right. Oh yeah.
99-cent
I live in South
bottle.
Carolina. I believe the not guilty verdict is based on the wording of the law. There are no degrees of murder in South Carolina. So the charge is just murder, which is defined as malice and intent. After the shooting, Chow was witnessed giving mouth-to-mouth CPR showing no malice. I think that is the key. This is a guy tweeting me why he thinks the not guilty verdict was delivered. The murder charges, and they could have charged with manslaughter, but they probably overcharged, and this is where it gets complicated. When you're dealing with the Black Lives Matter mob mentality, if you don't charge this Asian clearly, and I'm for those of you listening, I'm putting up, the little quotation marks that I'm being somewhat sarcastic. This clearly racist man, Rick Chow, you must charge him with murder. You can't charge him with manslaughter because if you don't charge him with murder, you're racist just like Rick Chow. Does it a black life? Isn't it worth more than a manslaughter charge? So this is where the Black Lives Matter mob actually does a.
Now, you know what? I kind of agree with him. If they would have charged him with manslaughter, he probably would have been convicted based on South Carolina's law. Maybe murder was the overkill. That's a good point.
To a black victim. If they charge him with manslaughter, they probably get a conviction.
Yeah.
Charging with murder, trying to appease the BLM mob. Now you've giving the guy wiggle room to get off. That's part of this. Here's the other thing that's part of this. I want to show you a part of the closing arguments. And I want you to notice that a black man is the defense attorney for Rick Chow. Play the clip. Chow executed a human being over a $1 bottle of water in Joy Health. Let's make that clear. If Rick Chow shot a man in the back stealing $1 bottle of water from his store, you do what you will. Because there's nothing to justify this back and forth. Was he right? Was he wrong? It doesn't matter. Taking a human life over a bottle of water is absolutely ridiculous. It's wrong under any way that you could possibly look at it. And that's why the state has gone out of their way to put this $1 bottle of water out, to put this picture up, because they want you to believe that this is what this case is about. So first, let's talk about the eyewitnesses. And the reason I want to talk about the eyewitnesses first is, remember, I wrote down a quote that the state said, cameras don't lie. For 17 seconds, you could have played the camera. For 17 minutes, you could have played these cameras. If you remember, these witnesses got on the stand, they sat in front of you, and they asked you questions. They looked directly at you. They were talking about what they remembered. They were talking about their memory, how important that is. And then I started asking them questions from right there, remember? I said, no, I'm not trying to be rude, but I remember talking to 911. Do you remember that? Yeah. And he said something different to the 911 tape that you're saying right here. I asked another person, and I true that we don't interview witnesses together because they can't get their story together and their brains can get something that didn't really happen. Yeah. And that's on video, correct? Cameras don't lie. And they called 911, and in the 911 call, they said they didn't see anything, correct? Cameras don't lie. Don't you remember that I asked one of the witnesses, isn't it true that you told them something, and they said that was completely impossible? Yeah. And then they met with you, they talked to you, they interviewed you, and put you on the stand, and you told something different.
Wow. Wow.
So why are we sitting here and not watching those videos? Why did the state give you the 911 call? Why did they give you the videos? Why did they give you the information? If cameras don't lie. The rest of the story. I talked to one of the investigators and officers as he took the stand. Now we asked him, what is important as an investigator? It's important to get the facts. It's important to get that information. It's important to get the evidence as close to the incident as possible. So we can do what? Remember the question I asked him? So we can give all the information to the jury. The rest of the story. Because what we don't want to do is subject to put our emotion in there, our personal beliefs, our subjective decisions as to what's happening. The rest of the story. For some reason, the state of South Carolina doesn't want to give it to you. So,
damn, he defended his client. He did that one.
A black defense attorney for Rick Chow.
Who is this that keep pulling up at my house at 1 something in the morning?
Black. This is, and again, you're going to hear, this is racism, racism, racism. That's the only explanation. And I'm going to give you an alternative explanation because I think, and I'm giving you one. I think Rick Chow should have been charged with manslaughter. I think Rick Chow should have been convicted of manslaughter. Rick Chow should have spent 5 years in prison for what he did. But cold-blooded murder, no, that was a forced charge by the Black Lives Matter mob. See,
he got a good point. He got a good point.
Gets you beat in a game of chess. And so part of the argument that I make on Fearless, part of the argument I make on this show constantly is that black people are always being led to be led by their emotions. They're always being led to play a game of checkers in a game of chess. And when someone like me stands up and says, hey, look, let's play chess, not checkers. Hey, you're an Uncle Tom, you're a coon, you shouldn't be listened to. You hate black people. No, I'm just someone that routinely tries to give black people advice that will be advantageous to them.
What car is out front?
And the primary message that we do on this show, and we've done for 5 years, like, the number one thing black
they
people
just
can do
pulled
is
up.
surrender to Jesus Christ. The number one thing we all can do is surrender to Jesus Christ in a biblical worldview. And by
man, he made some good.
The truth and logic and wisdom, not emotion.
He should have been charged with manslaughter. That was a good point instead of murder. Because at the end of the day, I did not know Rick Chow gave that boy mouth to mouth and was sucking up his vomit and spitting it out. It should have been manslaughter, not murder. But they shouldn't have chased him 130 yards either. Damn. That's a good ass point. Wow.
Calling a boycott from all Asian nail shops, all Asian hair shops, all Asian restaurants, all Asian everything in honor of the 14-year-old black boy, Cyrus, who was gunned down and unalived, shot in the back by Rick Chow, an Asian gas station owner who was recently found not guilty in an unaliving of that black young man. Stop buying they fucking hair weave. Stop buying they fucking Chinese food or whatever you want to call it, Asian food. Stop buying their hair weave. Stop doing business with them and shut their asses down.
Facts.
Enough is enough. How much we gonna say no justice, no peace? How much we gonna say the justice system is failing us? We are failing us when we continue to do business with them.
Facts.
Stop shopping with them, and it will force their ass to go back to where it fucking came from. Black women, I'm calling a
That part. Because they make plenty of money off the black dollar. Now you got Asians upset, saying black folk ain't gonna boycott shit.
I love when the black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the black culture and the hip hop culture. That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people in our neighborhoods? We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do.
Fuck yes.
As well.
Fuck yes.
Outwork by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get in their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty ass attitudes, okay? Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all for it. I love when the black community says, let's boycott Asian.
He's saying go ahead and do it. We don't need your business, and that's a lie, because yes, you do.
I just want to share this real fast before anybody think that I'm overreacting in my last video. Check it out. I love when the black community says, let's boycott Asian business. Please.
Is that somebody talking?
Check it out.
We just saw this video. I just want to get to her point.
Please boycott Asian business. I'm all for it. The choice is yours. Do with that as you will. Just want to share this real fast before anybody.
Yep, that's what I said too.
They got the song, right? Putting you on a t-shirt? Yeah, they just put this motherfucker on a t-shirt. These two pairs found Cyrus. Cyrus Carmack Belton. This little nigga had 3 names, right? So his first name and 2 last names. Well, you got 2 dads? Is that what it is? You got 2 dads? Loves playing with guns, right? Loves guns. Yeah, you shouldn't be playing with guns, kiddo. The prosecution liked to talk about the water bottle, but they didn't like talking about the guns. This kid's 14 running around with a gun. His parents didn't give a shit about it during the trial. I was like, oh, he's, little 14-year-old kid walking around, having a gun, that's normal, It's an Asian man's fault, oh, yeah, it's all his fault. That's why the kid said, no, the kid's dead because he had a gun on him. That's a fact. The kid's dead. because he had a gun on him. And maybe there was a struggle. That Chinaman had to end up, hey, you know what I'm saying? Don't start no shit, won't be no shit, right? I say blame it on the parents. Cause my poor baby. Like, you only hear about this. They got the song, right? Putting you on a t-shirt. Yeah, they just put this motherfucker on a t-shirt. These two parents.
Yeah, we need to boycott their ass. Yeah, we do.
I'm get involved in the politics, but I want to touch on this. So this creator right here is allegedly half Chinese. And so since that whole killing with Mr. Chow and the young black boy at the store have happened, again, I keep telling y'all that you have a demographic of people who go into a psychological racial psychosis. And so what that looks like is if they're handling race and they were raised by a certain side of the family, like say they were white and black and they were raised by mostly the white side of the family, then they pick up a lot of the white traits while still not being exempted from the black experience. And so my issue with her message is, okay, you keep talking about, oh, I donated my hair so you guys could learn different textures. Bitch, black people have every texture here in the world. The reason that your hair was even a different texture was because you were mixed with black. Your hair wasn't. Chinese people have bone fucking pin straight hair. Nobody wants that. Creator's been on rent because she's basically saying she's half Chinese. Her mom or her grandma, somebody is Chinese, like a real Chinese.
I ain't even have to play that video. Wasn't about nothing. So, so this the video with them destroying the store.
You know what that was? That was Mr. Chow, the guy who killed Cyrus, the 14-year-old boy in South Carolina. This is him having to combat black ghetto motherfuckers in his store once again. You mean to tell me you're on the internet talking about that Cyrus walked in this liquor store peacefully and walked out peacefully? He was a 14-year-old with a semi-automatic in his motherfucking pocket. What the fuck do you mean he was peaceful? He went there talking to his people. He went there pretending as if he was going to steal water, and he put it back in the refrigerator and didn't tell everybody he put the water back. So they are led to believe that you are walking out of our establishment with our property. Everything is racist when it comes to black people. You don't call this pattern recognition? The fact that these kids have to put their backpacks down, which leads me to believe that there's constant shrinkage that happens in this store. Yeah, I don't rally behind that fucking bullshit. I rally behind the family. I stand behind the family who has to get up every single day and go to work and make a living while their son Andy is there helping the father having to combat these devil motherfuckers every single day. The fact that this man has to wake up and carry a gun on his hip and fear for his life to protect his store and his family, and you guys talk about, oh, he was 14 years old, he was a peaceful guy. He wasn't fucking peaceful. When are you gonna fucking wake up? When are we gonna change the narrative? You got the mother on the internet crying, wanting people to feel sorry for her son. Where were you at when your son was flaunting a fucking gun on the internet? Where were you at when the son walked in the liquor store carrying a gun? You were nowhere. This is what happens when you're not present in your child's life. This is what happens when you leave the world to be responsible to decide the consequence for your child. This is what happens when you leave the world to correct your own child. And in this instance, the consequence is what? Death. The nigga got out with a gun and shit. You don't got nothing.
I'm live.
Bro, so if they
I thought it was. I thought
you're
it
not
was.
getting paid.
I thought it was a neighbor.
Right, fucking thing. That was right. Mr. Chow did everything within the law, but you guys are upset because he shot him in the back. Guess what? The fact that he's having to combat these ghetto ass, dangerous domestic terrorists every single day, he had to eliminate the threat. Who's the second?
She got a point, but I don't agree with her point. I like him. This is DeAndre Calloway.
I want to start off. I want to show you something. I want you to pay close attention. The electronics in your house, they're sold to your own. That these liberals and these leftists would help you support. They don't even believe in the same God of foundational black Americans.
Facts.
They didn't come to amalgamate and to adapt. They came to take over, to conquer. As black Americans, you fought in every war. You fought against the French, the British, the Vietnamese, the Arabs. You fought in this country for this land. Your ancestors' blood is soaked in this soil.
Facts.
You are American. You are American product. So how will you allow these foreigners to come into your communities and take over? What makes you vote for Rashida to lead here in Detroit?
That part.
The whole agenda is pro-Palestine. Look what Ilhan Omar and the Somalis did to Minnesota. Look at Canada here in Michigan. They do nothing for our communities. Detroit is still ranked second in violent crime in the country. Only to Memphis. These two Democratic strongholds that we fight so hard to keep blue. It's time for us to wake up. You know, the Bible says our people perish for a lack of knowledge. And it also says in Scripture that God will spew you out and reject you and your children because you don't desire knowledge. You're living in the days of revelation, but you don't have any discernment.
Facts.
And everybody's in an uproar about what happened in the Rick Chow case. And now Carmelo Anthony's case is coming up. And all you hear is the influencers from the black community complaining. They complain because they're powerless. The Democrats have worked 60 years to keep you powerless.
Facts.
To keep you tethered to that party.
Facts.
That does nothing for you.
Facts.
Won't protect your communities. Won't assist in your upward mobility. But you keep voting for them.
Facts. Facts. Oh, I gotta put that on my Democrats. Facts.
What is this psychosis? What is this mental problem? That you can't see things clearly and vote in your best interest. Unite for purpose. And, you know, we lumped them all together, but I want to kind of address the 100. Hello, everybody.
This is Africa Diaspora.
We're having a great day. Thank you to find a gun. But there was no evidence that he ever drew the gun or anything like that. All of the witnesses said we never saw it. Although the son Andy was like, well, I saw it. You know, I saw a silver thing. And then the attorney for the prosecution, they was like, how did you see a silver thing and the gun was black, right? So just a bunch of lies and things like that. Nevertheless, he was found not guilty. Now, from that point, there has been some protests in Columbia, South Carolina. I would say nothing major, right? Because the family had called for, you know, hey, let's just kind of do it online type thing, but nothing physical. But from that point, calls for boycotts of Asian businesses, right? From our community, and it's really, really growing legs, and people are really, really taking it seriously. And so from that conversation, you know, you have some of the Asian community are like, wait a minute now. But before I show you one video of an Asian gentleman kind of taking exception to that, I'm going to show you a video from Cyrus's mother and his father and the things that she is still enduring. To sit up there and make it seem like we were bad parents because we were not. All of our children make mistakes, but I don't see anybody holding, saying, oh, well, you know what? My kid did X, Y, and Z. My kid did X, Y, and Z. No, they're coming onto my page and try to demonize my child, and I will not have it. And it stops today. Keep your opinions to yourself. And until you are in my shoes and you have to bury a child, I don't want to hear nothing from you. So again, that was Mrs. Carmack Belton, Cyrus's mother, and his father, Troy, was standing next to him along with their lawyer, Mr. Rutherford, I believe his name is, and she's basically addressing the racism that's still under her. Now, she might have made a page private, but apparently people are going under her post and things like that, and saying horrible things like her son deserved it. You know, the typical stuff they do to us. The same kind of stuff there, even to this day, I said about George Floyd, right? He deserved it and all this other stuff. So she had to address it at a visual that they were having, like, yo, leave me alone. Like, the ultimate has happened to me already. I've lost my child. And then on top of that, I had to watch as the person who took my child's life was found not guilty for doing that. And then you guys are still messing with me. But see, we're not surprised by that because that's the evil that is out there, especially with, you know, anti-blackness. They don't see us as humans. Can we agree to that? That they, not just the triple OG oppressor, but a lot of other groups of people who are anti-black, they don't see us as humans, so they think it's okay to do. Because imagine if that was a white woman and black folks or whatever was doing after her. You know, you'd have Trump, JD Vance, and all the the top-notch racists, trying to ruin their lives like they did right with Charlie Kirk. Y'all remember? They were hunting down people.
Oh, let me get past it.
So what happened? The way that the district don't do it again, okay?
Okay, let's go to this bit.
So we're considered to be racist because we don't like it, okay? And then he says, well, basically we try to lump them all together. It's like, ain't that what y'all do to us?
Right.
Y'all know the term that people are using nowadays, the blackness, right? No matter where you come from, y'all black. That's what they do. So it's like, okay, y'all, white folks, Latinos, everybody can do it to us, but when we say, hey, Asians, they kind of be doing stuff to us. That's not all of us, but it's all of us, though, right? I'm just kind of pointing out some things that he said. He said it's double standard.
This is not a race baiter channel. That's bullshit. You can get the fuck on, too.
See, I know they probably knew here, right?
You can get the fuck on, because that's not true. I'm showing different videos, bitch.
Boycott white business. Let's say we never did. Does that give your people a pass to do what they do to us?
Facts.
You don't do boycott the whites. You shouldn't be boycott. I mean, is that what you're saying? Like, why do you think that we?
And this is her opinion from Africa Diaspora. You go to her page and say that bullshit.
Right?
Do that, bitch.
Like the person gave the example about the black bus driver. But you cross over the example.
I want her to get to this damn video.
It was drawn along the lines of racial gerrymandering. And what that really meant was that neighborhoods in Houston that were multiracial and multi-ethnic were split apart by their race and ethnicity to create safe, homogenous racial districts.
Bitch, this is not an anti-white channel either, ho. Get the fuck on. Matter of fact, let me time your bitch ass out, bitch. Because that's not true either. How about that? Ain't nobody told you to come.
And what was the problem with that? That black folks wanted to be together to be safe, homogenous. Why did you have a problem with that? But maybe you didn't pick up on it, but I'm going to tell you. So he says that he filed his first lawsuit, even though he's not a lawyer. Okay, at the time he wasn't. In 1993, because he was running in the 18th district in Houston. Do y'all know what the 18th district is?
So she's getting off key because we on with Chow. So I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna move along.
I understand you guys are upset and you want to boycott Asian-run businesses. Totally fair. I do acknowledge that many Asian people could be racist. And I condemn all races, regardless their ethnicities. Racism should not be accepted or tolerated.
Facts.
But not all of us are racist. I don't think I'm racist. I mean, I try not to be. I don't think I'm racist. I'm just Asian. I don't think it's fair that we all are punished because of one guy. I mean, I don't know who the fuck is Chow is. Why are we all punished because of this one guy? But don't call all Asian people our enemy. I want to be your enemy. I understand you guys are upset. And
This is what Charleston White had to say.
Everybody mad about what I'm saying, but you mean to tell me all these black people go against the nigga who's speaking up for niggas and side with that? All these black people mad at me about what I said about them Asian folk, homie. Johnny Dang and now another Chinese motherfucker ain't never done nothing for us, homie.
Facts.
They didn't cry when two rights died. They didn't stand up with Mike Brown.
Facts.
Nigga, even from the time they were building the railroad to the Pacific, and one of them had Burlington Northern on the side. The niggas was building the Burlington Northern, the Asian was building Pacific, trying to race to meet in the middle. Nigga, they didn't fuck with us. Even in our stores, nigga. Our kids can't go in their stores and just shop freely. Leave your backpacks at the door. You don't come in here. Nigga, they do our kids bad. And they sell stale candy, outdated food to our people, and they will kill our children behind that stale candy. Nigga, expired Snickers. They shot Latasha Harlan in the head. Nigga, we still ain't done nothing about that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Fuck, they get a pass, nigga. And somebody do something to them bitches, and within 1 year of a president, these bitches got all kind of laws enacted. 1-800 nigga, baddest niggas been done in this country, homie.
Right.
They ain't never spoke one time for us.
Facts.
They Chinese rappers can come over here and go nigga. And then when they get mad at us, they can also say fuck you, nigga. We can't say fuck you, gook. We don't even know how to speak their language to disrespect them. So they come take on our culture. China, Mad, Johnny Dang, they get to be niggas, huh? And when a nigga say, no, fuck you, Chinese boy, go rap in your language. Until y'all get some back, y'all been taking, nigga. Y'all don't even hire us. Go look at any Chinese restaurant, any Chinese store. See if a nigga working anywhere, my nigga. See if a half-breed motherfucker working. Nigga, they'll go learn Spanish before they learn how to talk to a nigga. So, man, no. How you get that, nigga? Nigga, we supposed to be boycotting Johnny Dang. We supposed to shame every goddamn black rapper, take their black dollar to that nigga. I'm sorry, to that Chinese motherfucker. Whatever the fuck he is, he ain't no nigga. But fuck him. My nigga. Hey, my nigga. Hey, he got so much money. He's so rich. He telling us this white boy way richer than y'all. I'm making this white boy shit. You niggas, that's what he said. And you niggas clapping. Man, I'm sick of these niggas, homie. Everybody mad about what I'm saying. But you mean to tell me all these black people?
But I do have to say in Detroit, there is one Chinese restaurant and they do have black folk working there.
My good Asian siblings, I'm tired that the white man's tactics keep working on us. They always treat us like the perpetual foreigner. You see how they did us during COVID. Chinese Exclusion Act, concentration camps, now ice in our neighborhoods. We try to break this label by assimilating and emulating the white man model of success. We worship their institutions, their titles of prestige and salaries. They block us from going to these institutions. That white man used the Asians as the face of the movement to dismantle affirmative action. And we can't admit it even less now.
Well, now let me tell you what you did, though. The reason why affirmative action was dismantled because y'all brought a lawsuit. Affirmative action was supposed to be for black folks, but none of us really benefited from that. It was white women and Asians, so y'all could get in them colleges. Y'all brought the lawsuit and you lost. They removed it all. Because y'all did that. Asians did that. Take responsibility for what you did.
Amongst other marginalized communities. Why are we fighting so hard to be part of an institution that doesn't want us there to begin with? Then they give us symbolic victories like the Stop Asian Hate Crime Bill, which there is Asian hate, but when other communities are also getting brutalized and there's nothing but silence, this victory just becomes another point of tension devised by the white man to separate us from everybody else. And then we see some of us physically doing the white man's bidding, emulating their racism, anti-blackness, violence, to the point where we're taking people's lives. Then the white man let us walk free. Why? To continue to divide us and other marginalized communities. It's all part of the Grand Master Plan to reinforce these institutions and systems that the white man has created to maintain their power and control over everybody else. Do not be a white devil in Asian skin. Do not fall for the white man tactics. my good Asian siblings.
Damn, he broke that down. He broke that down. I approve this message. Oh shit. Now this Asian man pissed me off.
After the trial of Rick Chow, he got away with taking the life of Cyrus Carmack Bilton. Now, if you know the story, he went inside the store. They accused the young brother of taking some water, of all things, and running off. And you see the surveillance footage, he ran away, okay? And they chased him down and ultimately took the young brother's life. He went to trial for it. They found him not guilty, which is crazy. Because how you gonna go chase somebody down for a bottle of water, bro? Like, come on. Do you know how much a bottle of water is? But you know that mentality that comes into this country with.
Thank you for subscribing. That he didn't even steal. He didn't steal that water.
They ain't got that. Let me tell you something. A lot of them be in Costco shopping and getting the Kirkland water or whatever. Now listen, I don't agree with nobody stealing, and I'm not saying he stole or didn't steal. That's not what I'm saying.
He didn't steal.
If you take a water, I'm not gonna chase you out and try to take your life behind a water bottle. I'm gonna make sure my security is a little bit more tighter in my store to make sure we can prevent things like that from happening again. Because you don't know, you chase somebody, you don't know what you about to run up on. You don't know who's waiting outside for this person, whatever. Anyway, after this verdict, a lot of people in the Black community are very upset about this, and rightfully so. And so some people said, you know what? We're going to boycott businesses within their particular community. And anytime we as Black people say we're going to deprive or even make it the threat of depriving any other group of our $2 trillion buying power.
That part. That part.
Those groups get immediately threatened because you don't know how dependent these people are on our spending.
That's right.
Including the folks. They're extremely dependent upon us spending our money because we spend money more than any other group. And I tell Black people, stop believing that Black people are broke. Because broke people.
That part, because we ain't broke. We ain't broke.
Oh, we got money. They just make sure that we don't get our money in our own community. That's what they make sure. But anyway, this Asian guy decides to come out. And you know what? I'm going to be upfront to be fair. This Asian guy comes out.
Hey, therapy.
But I'm not saying he's a representation of all Asian people. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm going to play this video because he's not the only one that feel that way. Not just in his group, but other groups too. So let's go on and cue this up. I want y'all to hear what this guy has to say.
I love when the Black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundry mats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the Black culture and hip hop culture. Where do you think that's made? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are not neighborhoods. We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit us and make money?
Fuck yes, you do.
Well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. If you're not embarrassed, go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get on their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty ass attitudes, okay? Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all for it.
Did he just really challenge people?
He's sick. Boycott him. We don't need your black dollar. Yes, you do. I think we should boycott. Yep.
Black people in particular. Did he just challenge us to a boycott? Sir, do you know who you're talking to? We're the only group in America that really made that happen successfully.
Facts.
Challenging us to do that? Now, I know a lot of people in your community is not agreeing with you. But I want to deal with you. But let me play with something. Let me play a video of someone within your own community that kind of takes issue with not only what you're saying, but they cop and please a little bit. Let's go ahead and play this.
I want to be your enemy. I understand you guys are upset and you want to boycott Asian-run businesses. totally fair. I do acknowledge that many Asian people could be racist, and I condemn all races, regardless their ethnicities. Racism should not be accepted or tolerated. But not all of us are racist. I don't think I'm racist. I mean, I try not to be. I don't think I'm racist. I'm just Asian. I don't think it's fair that we all are punished because of one guy. I mean, I don't know who this Chow is. Why are we all punished because of this one guy? But don't call all Asian people our enemy. Now, understand, the second man there is, don't even like that conversation either. Now, you remember back when some months ago, the sisters was talking about boycotting a lot of African braiding shops.
Well, yes, some people feel that way,
Therapy. Whoa, sisters, don't listen. We sisters. I know we got some problems, but come on, let's put our differences to the side. We in the diaspora. Listen, anytime FBA says we are going to boycott you, everybody get on alert real quick.
Facts.
Real quick. Why? Because it lets you know the power of the dollar that we have in our pocket, black people.
That part. Because we can control. We spend too much damn money. No, I think they did. They burned down that man's store. I'm gonna end with this, and I'm gonna get back to it. This is gonna be the last one.
Okay, so the store is broken into.
Oh, they did burn it down.
That's crazy. Plenty of water bottles. Now water so free is crazy. Okay, so the store is broken into.
So they did burn it up and they did break it. Okay, I thought I seen that video. He did have a gun. He didn't point the gun in the store or anything when he fell after they were chasing him. The gun came out. Now the son said that while during the chase that he pointed the gun. Nobody else saw that but the child's son. But when he shot him, they said Chow got on and was giving him mouth to mouth, and while the boy was vomiting, he was spitting the vomit out, and he was trying to save his life. I didn't know that part. It really messed me up. But y'all, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button. It's gonna be a part 2 to this. Good night.